Okay, let me give you a deeper dive on what's happening to Dito. As you all know, we've been tracking Dito as part of this new telco series that we have a third telco that will start operating next year. Let's see where it is in terms of its progress. So, for me to structure this video, this is what I want to talk about for today: the price action, closing, foreign buying or selling, then up or down. Then we're gonna talk about dito cell towers. Then lastly, we're gonna end with the technicals. So please do note this, that no matter how much we talk about the stock, whether we buy, sell, hold, or avoid the stock, it doesn't matter. Um, Please never ever transact just because it's talked about in YouTube. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your responsibility. You have to take the time. You have to learn on your own. Never ever buy just because people talk about it. Your money, your responsibility. Never ever sell also just because you hear people do it. The way for you to win is to responsibly learn the ropes on your own. The way for you to win is to responsibly decide, double down, and do your own due diligence so you get better when you start trading the markets. So let's start off with price action. For today, no, Dito dropped to 4.73% to around 7.25 pesos per share. Please do note this, that in spite of the large movement that it had and the breakout that it had prior to this, please remember that at the end of the day, it will always go back to we cannot predict how the prices will go. That even though there were large bullish moves as well, when people sell, more sellers bring the prices down. And that's why what's more important later on when we look at the technicals is to see, is the breakout that happened, is it something that's valid? Because if it's valid, then the previous resistance should produce and show itself as a support. Or another way to analyze is to look at the trend. Based on the downward movement today, dropping to 4.73, was it strong enough to break the new support, or was it also strong enough to break the new trend, or to break the trend that's upward? Because if it did not, if that does not happen, then at the end of the day, you're supposed to follow what your plan is telling you. If you're trading the breakout and it's staying above the breakout range, that could cause you still to hold. If you're trading the range and the range, if you're trading the trend and the trend is still also up, then there's no need for you to sell. What's interesting also for today is that value turnover was 720 million, which is relatively high also, and also in the context of the number of transactions that happened in the PSE for today. Foreigners bought on a net level. But that being said, you only had 14 million worth of foreigners buying, then 8 million worth of selling. So this is still heavily a Filipino bought sold type of stock. This is not something where large foreign institutions are picking up as well. So let's look at what the news is. And I've mentioned this in the previous videos that I'm going to update you each time we get significant information about Dito or significant milestones. And I'm going to point the next possible milestone to watch out for Dito. So if you guys are excited, comment below. I'm excited. Comment below. I'm ready for this comment. I want to know more. Anyways, so Dito has constructed 1,900 cell towers, which as of December 2020, this is something that's positive for them. This could be a milestone that you could also peg that, hey, they were able to peg and hit this possible milestone. So what does that mean? It actually means that the 1,900 cell sites that they built, it means that it's enough to meet the minimum 37% of the population that's required, that was set, that they needed to somehow meet, as per the expectations also of the NTC. So what 1,900 cell sites, 37% more than. Congratulations, that's a very very good number. Again, the winners in all of this is PLDT, Globe, Dito. At the end of the day, the biggest winners would be the population, because there would be more choices. Choices give people the chance to be able to select either the cheapest plan available or the one that will give them a better, uh, faster speeds. Faster speeds that will also enable them also to be able to transact and do a lot of the things, especially now that we are in this new normal. By the way, this 37%, it's pegged at 27 Mbps minimum speed. So they're able to meet that. The 1,900 cell sites allow them to have 27, at least 27 Mbps of minimum speeds to cover 37% of the population. Now, how fast has Dito built its towers? As you all know, 1,900 as of November 2020, September 1,300, October 1,500, then November 1,900. So if you notice it, September to October 1,515, October to November 19. So they were able to build 200 for September to October, then 400 from October to November. I guess it goes to show also no, that as the economy is starting to open up even more, this favors Dito, because the more open the economy is, the more also it's easier. What please remember, the biggest problem when we were in lockdown was mobility. It was harder for people to go to work. It was harder for people to go from point A to point B. And as the economy starts to open, it's favorable also, not just I guess for Dito, but for every other company in the Philippines, as we start to see the economy start to restart again. I said restart so many times. But anyways, including part of that also, I made a video yesterday talking about the fiber optic cables that have been laid out. But if you add this to the mix, they have around 11 kilometers of cable that has been laid out. Um, Dito's target for the future, they want to have a coverage of 50%. So 2020, they have like 37% coverage, December 2020. Then next year, the target is 50%, then to scale it to 70%, then to scale it to 84%, which also coincides with the large capital outlay that they have. You know, they've been also spending a lot. So it's not just PLDT, it's not just Globe, it's not just Converge, who's putting in a lot of money during 2020 and the years after that. It's also Dito trying to pile up and put as much as they can. Please do note this: key dates to watch for Dito is January 7, 2021. This is for their technical audit. For those who've been following the channel for quite some time, I mentioned it. I think this was a June or July video where a key date to watch was their technical audit in July, but they asked for an extension primarily because it was still because of the lockdowns. It significantly affected the way they would roll out their cell sites. So let's see January 7, 2021, how it could possibly go, how it could possibly transpire. Then if you fast forward also somewhere around March, I think that's where their commercial operations will be. But given that the technical audit comes first, allow me to update you also on that as we see it transpire in the next few weeks. Anyways, comment below if you're learning, comment if this is something that's helping you. But for technical analysis, this is how the chart is. So a couple of things that I'd like to mention. If you'd see it here, this trend upward for Dito is still currently intact. So by the time we're making this video, December 9 or yeah, December 2020, the Dito is still currently on an uptrend. But on the same way, even though there was a large red candle today for Dito, it still wasn't enough to destroy the trend, and it still was not enough also to destroy the 7 peso breakout range. So please remember, prior to this, it's evident right here if you're looking at my mouse cursor here. It hit the 7 peso range October, then retraced down, then built a support here. This hit the 7 peso range also November, retraced down, and hit here. For the very, very first time, since it hit this particular resistance level in October, we're seeing Dito break out massively with a large green candle and volume over that resistance range. After that, though, also selling happened. People took profits, but it closing at 7.25 just further reiterates that hey, the 7 peso range is currently still holding. So that being said, possible scenarios, if the stock goes down tomorrow, check if it's still holding the 7 peso range. If it does, then well and good. We're still seeing it above the support. But if it breaks the 7 peso range, then there's a possibility of it retracing to where the next possible support is. So for it to break the trend line and reverse into a downtrend, we're still not seeing that now. What's of greater threat is the shot for it to go lower than the 7 peso range. So if it bounces off 7, 7 holds, 7 reiterates itself as a support, we could see bigger and better days for the short term for Dito. If it does not, then it could retrace to where it previously was on the 6 to 7 peso range. The trend as of now is virtually unaffected. If you guys have questions on this, feel free to put it in the comment section, and I'll try to make videos off of that. If you guys want to send me personal questions, link is in the description below. If you want to join me and send questions via our Patreon community, the second one is via Instagram. It's just that there's so many questions that have been sent there. And the third is I have also a YouTube community for those who want to support this YouTube channel. You can click join and be part of this group. I'll also put it in the description below. We're starting to do two more Stock Smart sessions. One will be a technical analysis sessions, small group this January. First come, first serve. I'll put it in the link below. Then second one is an online course for technical analysis. We have a sign up sheet also. I'll include it in the description. You can fill that up so that when the course is open, you get to be emailed and yet you get to be informed on it as well. So there. Other ways for you to learn more about the markets. I have written 5 national best-selling books. They're available in National Bookstore and Shopee. Link is in the description below. Similar to National Bookstore and Shopee for the books, I have playlists that are available here in YouTube that you can just click if you want to learn more, and everything else in between. So this is my first channel. If you have not seen this yet, we have over 1,700 videos here. Yesterday was a very, very insightful and interesting video where we had Dodong Kakanando guest, and he shared something very, very interesting that he said, do not diversify. So if you want to know more why he's telling you not to diversify, catch that video on my first channel. And this is my second channel. For those who are watching here right now, you're here to second channel where it's mostly just deep dives on the stock market with one goal in mind, to give you the confidence to be able to trade and do well, because that's all I want. I want you guys to win, and I want you guys to be able to use the stock market to help you reach your goals of financial freedom, because it can be done. You can win, you can trade the markets with confidence, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that this is something that helped you. And isa lang naman hinihiling ko from all of this, that if this is something that added value to you, is to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and leave a comment below that you're learning. Hashtag I'm learning. So that's it for now. Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all. So for the thumbnail, I'm just gonna do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, thank you guys, and God bless you all.